Hi, this is Elvira from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to walk you through very quickly how to scan your artwork and then put them in cards. It's going to be very simple. You just need Photoshop Element. I'm going to do it very simple. No, you don't need to be a techie for this. So what you do need is a scanner. Now I do have this Brookstone scanner. And HSN have been selling these scanners as well. So if you have any of these handheld scanners, it will work fine. If you have a regular flatbed scanner, that will work as well. It's got to make sure that it scans in color. For this one, you need a card. So I have a 2 GB card in there, and it's the mini SD cards. And then I do have, if you have this gadget here, it's the connection. I'm not sure how you call that little end there, but it's a connection. It has a USB on one side, and then it has this connection on the other. You plug it in here, and then you don't need to take out the card. You just basically transfer the image from here using this cable into your computers, and then you can put it in Photoshop and create your image there, and size it and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you how to scan the image very simple. So the first thing you need to do is you need a white background. I am going to use this for my background. And then you need your image. So I'm going to go ahead and scan this one. I think this one, and let's see. My favorites are this one. Unfortunately, I went ahead and attached it to the card. It would have been nicer if I would have left it like this and then scanned it in. But this is my favorite. This is one of my favorites. I do love this one. So let me go ahead and do this one. Okay. So you're going to take your card, and if you have this one, and let me go ahead and put a line because I really want to make sure this is nice and straight. So I'm going to put a line because I'm using a handheld scanner. Sometimes a little more difficult to keep it straight. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure my scanner is completely straight. Right there. And what I'm using is there's some perforations. So I'm making sure my scanner is on those perforations. You have arrows on each side, so this is where your scan image needs to be between these two arrows. That's your scanning area. So let me put it back. Okay. I'm going to turn it on. You click once, and then you start scanning. Don't go too fast or too slow. And then stop, and then your number will change. So mine changed from 6 to 7. Okay, so I'm going to take you to my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And it says USB, and it opens up my image, or it opens up my iPhoto on my computer. So I'm going to move you over to my computer so you can see what I'm doing. So it opened up my iPhoto, or actually it usually opens up a different one. It opens up the photo one. I usually like iPhoto, so I have to close this one and then get iPhoto to open. But either one, whatever photo editing program you have on your computer will work. I'm using a Mac. Then I'm going to double click, and I'm going to go ahead and hit selected. Now I like to do iPhoto because I do edit it a little bit. So I'm going to delete it from the camera, from my scanner, so I don't need it again. And then I'm going to edit this. I'm going to enhance it, and then I'm going to crop it. I guess I can do this with Photoshop, but I prefer to do it in iPhoto. It's a little easier than Photoshop or Photoshop Elements. So I'm going to crop it. Okay, I think that looks great. You're going to do done. And there's my image. It's nicely sharpened. The colors are nice and sharp. It's been cropped. Now I can go ahead and go into File and Export. And I already created a folder. and it's called Christmas Cards. So I'm going to go ahead and add that there. Oh, there's one already called 7, so I need to change this one into Christmas. Okay, and hit OK. So once I've done that, then I'm going to go ahead and open Photoshop Elements, because that's what I have. And I'm going to go ahead and you can go File, or you can do Command New, and then you're going to do New, blank file. And I do want an 8.5 by 11 because that's the cardstock that I'm going to use. You do want 300 pixels by inch, and I'm going to use RGB scale color. Okay, and then you're going to hit OK. This is where I'm going to go ahead and drop my image. So then the next thing I need to do is I need to go into File, and I'm going to bring in that scan image. Open. And here's my scan image. I'm going to select that and click on Open. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to go back to your original file, because we're going to drag this image in here. But before we can drag it in here, we have to create layers. So because I do want to create something like you see here, I want to be able to print 4 card fronts on an 11 by 8.5 inch cardstock. I need to go ahead and drop my image and then size it once inside my canvas. So this is my canvas. Enlarge that. I want to get rid of those grids, but I do want rulers. And actually I should put the grid back. So let's go ahead and put the grid. It might be a little easy to position our image on here. So I want 4 of them on this card stock. So I need to create layers. So my first layers, so this is my first layer. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to go ahead and size it. Excuse me. I'm going to size it, and then I'm going to rotate it. And the grids really helps you get it nice and straight. Okay. I may need to make it a little smaller. And hit OK. And then I'm going to go ahead and create 3 more images. So I need to create 3 more layers. So I'm going to right click, duplicate layer, hit OK, and then move that one over. We're going to do that 2 more times. Right click, duplicate layer, hit OK, bring that one over. And then we're going to do it again. Right click, duplicate layer, and bring that one over. And I guess there's other ways to do it using stamping tool and whatever, but I just wanted to make it very simple for you guys. I did not really want to make it too Photoshop heavy, knowledge of Photoshop heavy for this. So then you're going to go ahead and merge all, because right now we have just tons of layers. There's 5 layers. We need to merge all these layers into one. We want to flatten the image. So I'm going to bring my cursor over to my last layer. I'm going to click on the Shift key. Then I'm going to drag my mouse all the way to layer 1, and that highlights all my layers. Then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to tell it to flatten image. And that created a flat image of my ornaments here. So I'm going to go ahead and unclick the grid, and let's look at it. That looks pretty nice, because then I can crop it. I can even put a little layers for my card, so I like it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and print this. Go to File, Print, and you're going to select the one you want to print. Now I'm going to remove all these. I'm not going to print all of these. I already printed a lot of these. So the only one I really want to print is this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and look for my printer, which I have an Epson. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's the right size. I unclick crop to fit. Click on the print. And it looks good. Print. And it's going to print. So let me show you one that I've printed. I went ahead and did this one already. So let me go ahead and show you that one. So let's go back to the camera. So here I went and got my image, and this is with an Epson. And I think I need to buy better inks or something. Now the paper's not the best, so I probably need to work on the paper. I just wanted to see how it printed. Another thing you can do is you can put this in a USB drive, this image, and then take it to your local copy shop, and they can probably make a better image for this. Or you can upload it to the services that if you upload an image, they will go ahead and print it. Or even, there's a lot of online services that you can create cards online with your image and get those printed out for Christmas. So there's a lot of possibility for this technique. But here's one. Here's another one. This was the angel that I created, and that was actually, let me remove this, take the tape out before it has a chance to set. So this was this one, and when I created this, where is it? Okay, here it is. When I created this image, I wanted to create it in a smaller card, but I always have a hard time with making small faces. So that's why I needed to make it a little larger so that way I can get my proportion just right. And then I knew I was going to scan it and create cards. So this one is this. And then this one, and it's kind of washed out. I'm telling you, I need to get better inks or get a better copier machine. But this one is this one. See how it's kind of washed out? So I definitely need to go use a different printer or do something else. But I gave you an idea of how you can take your own hand drawings, your own art, and scan them. You can probably play a little bit on Photoshop with getting it the colors more crisp, and then use good paper, use good inks, and get your cards ready for this year. So I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.